The Comic Book Code by Dave Strom. The last chapters in this book, Holly Grail Svensson, Holly, and California Smith, Cal, have saved the world. The San Diego Comic Convention is over for this year. Holly and Cal are now famous superheroes, but they didn't choose to be. Holly lives in Encinitas, a surfer town north of San Diego. She has had a huge crush on the character of Batman since he was 10 years old. She's 27 now. Holly's powers: flight, super strength and toughness, super telekinesis, a nasty temper, and blonde Amazon good looks. And a love for Cal, enhanced slightly by his Batman-type costume. Cal's powers: super intelligence and body armor and gadgets, and a deep love for Holly. They have just watched a romantic sunset, and they're still in their goofy superhero costumes. Skimpy spandex for Holly, scary body armor for Cal. So, this is right after they have a little kiss, and Holly says, "Let's go to my place." And Cal says, "I'll drive. The Intellecticar should be here by now." Here we go. Holly's smile grew. Her voice fluttered. "I like your car." It was a short walk to his car, a short skip for Holly. Holly's super fangirl ogled the big black Intellecticar. As Cal opened the passenger door, she pleaded, "Could you say it like Michael Keaton did in the movie, please?" She batted her eyelashes. Cal crookedly smiled. His stance, enhanced by his Batman-esque costume, loomed to darkly intimidating. His glare, grimly grated by his dark, scary cowl, bored into Holly's giddy eyes. "Get in the car!" A thrill shivered up Holly's spine. She gleefully got in. Cal ran to the driver's side door, letting his cape billow as he did so. Holly giggled. Cal leaped into the driver's seat, slammed the door shut, and turned his vigilante visage to Holly. His voice an octave low, he quoted another movie line at her. "You weigh a little more than 108. The Intellecticar roared out a jet of flames and sped down the street. Holly's roared out laughter sped away with it.
And the author was standing and left behind? Hey, wait a minute, you two! Come back here! I need the last line from one of you to end my book! Come on!
Yow! Jeez, writers don't even get respect from other writers. Okay, here comes the last chapter. This chapter is rated CKHC for cute kissing, hugging, and one condom. Chapter 99, the last chapter in this book where the guy and girl do what guys and girls do at the end of their books. Holly Grail Svensson's Beach House, a Sunday, 9:02 p.m. Holly's superpowered wedgies convinced a couple nosy paparazzi that she really did not want to have her picture taken, and they limped away. She carried Cal over the threshold of her home. "Cal, you've carried me in more ways than one. Time I return the favor." "Nice place you have here," Cal said, while Holly set him on his feet. "I calculate you have sufficient space and a little extra. Also, that this home's interior need not be described again, since the author did that in Chapter 2. But I see signs that you built something into this house that the author missed." This theme is based on the Batman theme from the Adam West television show performed by the Marquettes. Holly smiled ear to ear, staring at Cal with eyes joyous and wide. "I wondered if you'd spot that." She grabbed the bust of Harlan Ellison on her living room table and tilted it back. A wall opened up and exposed a couple of poles leading under the house. "Let's race to the bathroom!" Holly half ran, half skipped to one pole, grabbed it like a fireman, and slid down. Cal blinked in surprise, then smiled with amusement. This will be goofy, he thought. He strode to the other pole and slid down. His feet hit the floor at the end of the pole. He stepped into a large, dimly lit room beneath Holly's house. He heard Holly, "Do you like my bat cave? It really recharges my creative batteries." He let his eyes adjust without the aid of his intellect and night vision goggles. The walls looked rocky, like cave walls, and were covered with comic convention photos of a beaming Holly from age 10 all the way up to last year. hugging and smiling and apprehensively, and looming and being with Batman garbed guys. The ceiling, I garbled that sentence a little. The ceiling had several fake stalagmites hanging from it, a very large bed covered by gray blankets festooned with large black bat symbols filled the center of the room. Several mannequins dressed in various Batman costumes from blue spandex to black molded body armor surrounded the bed and stared at the bed, crime fighter intense. Holly was under the covers, which clung to her rather superhero curves. There was plenty of room for someone to be at her side. She smiled at Cal and purred, "I did say I wanted to see you out of that costume." And the hero usually gets the girl at the end of the book. Cal's returned crooked smile beamed true love. A cliché I can live with right about now. He methodically removed his costume, neatly folding it and placing it on a chair near the foot of the bed, a chair that looked a bit like a large bat head. He noticed another such chair with Holly's costume draped over it. Cal removed his cowl last. "Holly, I must point out that you are the true hero of this book." Holly looked Cal over, slightly awestruck. You look good." Cal nodded. "I keep in shape, although I suspect my biceps and abdominals were enhanced slightly by your critical mass." Holly gestured, telekinetically lifting Cal. She lifted the bed covers, slid him under them so that he was lying beside her, and telekinetically tucked in the covers. She turned onto her side to face Cal, and twined her fingers in his black mane and said soft and warm, "I must point out that you are the true hero for this superheroine." Holly's baby blues stared into Cal's big brown eyes for a long, quiet moment. Then Holly broke the silence, her voice dipping to shy young girl. I have to tell you, this is my first time." Cal cocked an eyebrow. "I'm prepared. Observe." He held up an eye-shaped wrapper with a disc inside, an intellecticondom. "I'll be gentle." Holly pounced, clamping her arms and one leg around Cal. Eyes ablaze, teeth agleam, she gleefully growled, "Don't be too gentle." Her ensuing super hugs, kisses, and caresses had great strength, yet great gentleness. Cal rapidly recalculated the Man of Steel Woman of Kleenex equation just to be safe. His conclusion? He would only receive normal strength injuries. He could live with that. He stroked Holly's lovely blonde locks and deeply kissed her with the exact pressure and feel to maximize her pleasure. Holly cooed like a dove. With his free hand, Cal unwrapped the condom. Dave, the author, needing one last great line from either Holly or Cal to end his book, opened the front door of Holly's home. Authors don't need keys. He leaned inside. Hello? Anyone home? He walked inside. Wandering about, but finding no one, he stood near the living room table. Weird. Yeah, I saw them go in her house. Where'd they go? He reached out to lean on the table and accidentally tilted back the bust of Harlan Ellison's head. A wall slid open, and he saw two poles. He heard voices coming from somewhere below them. He crept to the poles, put his hand to his ear, and listened for that last line. He got a few. "Oh, Cal! Oh, Holly! Oh, Cal! Oh, Holly! Oh, Cal! Oh, Holly! Oh, Cal! Oh, Holly! Oh. The author hurriedly stepped back to the Harlan head and returned it upright. The wall slid closed, and he shrugged at his book's readers. "Yeah, well, I guess I call that a happy ending."